Good evening. Welcome to Left, Right and Centre. I'm Vishnu Shom. On the programme tonight, after statewide panic among migrant workers in Tamil Nadu after fake reports of attacks on them, the Bihar police have arrested a man for these fake videos which were widely circulated. The police say a report of a Bihar migrant allegedly being killed and hung in Tamil Nadu was a suicide case made to look like a murder, and it was an old case. On a video which showed some Bihari migrants being beaten, the police say this was from Bihar and Jharkhand, somewhere there, and had nothing to do with Tamil Nadu at all, and that this was being shared deliberately to sway the public with propaganda. At the moment, large numbers of Bihari migrants in Tamil Nadu continue to leave the state but for holy celebrations, and there is hope that they will return. As many as 30,000 migrant workers are based in the Tirupur district alone. More than 1 lakh are residents of Tamil Nadu. Political forces clearly took advantage of the confusion, with the Tamil Nadu BJP hitting out at the ruling DMK. The Cybercrime Division in Tamil Nadu has booked the BJP state chief under sections of inciting violence and promoting enmity. We'll be looking at how rumours, fake news and politics have ended up creating a real mess. That's our first debate this evening. Next on the show at 1:30, a very special NDTV program. For years, it's been a struggle for women to rise in the armed forces. Despite what they sought, they were restricted to short service commission. But after landmark judgments in the Supreme Court, the road has been paved for women to rise to the highest ranks in the army. Substantive roles that require skill, leadership and courage. On this special program, I'll be joined by 5 Indian Army officers from across the world. Eastern Ladakh, the Siachen Glacier, Uttarakhand, Kashmir and the Congo in Africa. All exceptional officers who defend our India day in and day out. You don't want to miss that special program. But joining us now, a very special guest, Dr. Sailendra Babu, the Director General of Police of Tamil Nadu, on all of these rumours which have been doing the rounds in the state, which have resulted in chaos among migrants from Bihar. Thanks very much, sir, for sparing some time. Do you believe that there was a conspiracy which was involved here?
That we will only come to know at the end of the investigation. We have registered 10 cases against those people who have created this video and posted it, and this has caused serious confusion and anger and also panic here. The special teams are constituted to investigate into these crimes. Therefore, at the end of the investigation, we'll come to know if there is a conspiracy behind this.
And so the reason I asked about whether, there was a conspiracy is because apparently one of the videos being shared is of a suicide, but this was an old incident made to be sort of looked like to appear as a murder. There was another one of violence, but it was in Bihar and in Jharkhand. It wasn't in Tamil Nadu at all.
Yeah, see, the most important 2 videos which actually caused serious concern, where they are showing that these 2 videos were attack of the Bihari workers by the people of Tamil Nadu. One of the videos was an attack among the workers of Bihar and Jharkhand. It has nothing to do with the people of Tamil Nadu. The other video was an attack on a group of people by another group, both from the city of Coimbatore, local residents. They are all Tamil people. They also nothing to do with Bihar. There are 6 other videos posted by one person. None of these videos were taken from Tamil Nadu, and none of them to do with anything with the people of Tamil Nadu. So there is other report which says that 12 people are murdered in Tamil Nadu. It is devoid of fact. There is no truth at all in this. We don't know who are these people, why it just happened. We do not know. They also say the people's hands are being chopped and tortured. No such report. Nothing has happened here.
Dr. Babu, why has action been taken against the state BJP chief?
So there's a complaint, and based on the legal opinion, the case is registered.
But what specifically was the concern?
No, it's only a report. Any report of Commissioner of Cognizable Offence, police have to register a case. And there's also based on the legal opinion whether a crime is made out. Only the investigation will tell what really is about this case.
Dr. Babu, are political leaders causing confusion? Have they caused confusion resulting in this mess on the ground?
I have no comments on that.
So, the larger issue is, of course, of the circulation of fake news. How has fake news in this case, and this is something that affects not just Tamil Nadu, but across the country, how has it added to mass confusion?
Fake videos, rumors, as everybody knows, can cause real havoc. We would have seen in many parts of India when information was that the children are being kidnapped, even very innocent villagers, very good people, were found attacking innocent people on the road and killing them. So knowing that is a false video, false information, and creating it in such a way to incite violence is a serious offense as per the Indian Penal Code. It can really cause a big havoc. But thankfully, the Tamil Nadu police have risen up to the occasion. From the very beginning, we have been countering this fake video saying that they are not true, they are fake, and this has not happened in Tamil Nadu. I myself have given a video and shared it with the Bihar police chief. I have talked to the Bihar police chief, and here in all our social media handles, for every tweet, we have been giving a reply, a comment, and also we have been countering such narrative. So as a result of that, the people of other states who are working here, it can be North India, it can be Northeast India, it can be a foreign country. So they are given assurance and they understood that there is no truth in this video, and they have started going to the work.
All right, Dr. Babu, Director General of Police of Tamil Nadu, thank you very much, sir, for being with us. We are now joined by Kalyan Raman, in charge of the intellectual cell of the BJP in Tamil Nadu, Manuraj Sundaram, spokesperson of the DMK, Dr. Naval Kishore, national spokesperson of the RJD, and Apsara Reddy, the spokesperson of the AIA-DMK. Mr. Kalyan Raman, one of the arrests, or rather one of the charges which have been, not arrests, but one of the charges which have been levelled is against your state BJP chief. Was he spreading or adding fuel to the fire?
Let's get back to the personal videos of DMK propaganda being there.
We'll come back to you in a moment. The line is a bit unclear. We'll come back to you in a moment. Manuraj Sundaram, is that what really the problem was? That this ended up being a political slugfest on an issue which was something which we see over and over again in India, fake videos?
Well, it is a little bit more concerted and serious than that, Vishnu. It is what I would describe as a malicious disinformation campaign over the last 5 days. Of course, inciting hatred, fanning communal tension, and other sort of fake news factory outcomes we have seen in our country, unfortunately, in the recent past. But in this particular issue, they have been on overdrive. Don't take my word for it. Please ask your viewers to go to a fact-check website like Alt News and look at
called it
how
out.
they've
said it's completely fake. I
Exactly.
think that goes without, so that's not in dispute per se. I'm just trying to get to the bottom of this. I asked the Director General of Police whether there was a conspiracy, and, he said, look, there has to be an investigation before we do that. What is your view?
And I think that's fair. I mean, as a police officer, he is guarded about what he can say and the investigation. But my view is this, and if you'll give me 1 minute.
Please.
A lot of this is like I said, a concerted misinformation campaign. There are two reasons for it. Reason number one, Tamil Nadu has been ranked as the most urbanized state, and it has one of the largest manufacturing sector, which provides employment and livelihood to millions. Nearly, Vishnu, last week there was a report which said 50% of Indian women working in factories anywhere are working in Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu has also recorded some of the highest foreign direct investment of late. There is, of course, a lot of envy in those who claimed the Gujarat model and have been subsequently exposed by the Hindenburg report that this Tamil Nadu growth or inclusive development model has irked them. But secondly, and more importantly also, Vishnu, there is a political angle at play. On the 1st of March, if you remember, less than 5 days ago, the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister shared the dais with a number of other leaders, and one of them was the Deputy Chief Minister of Bihar. Now, after Mr. Tejashwi Yadav, and after his coming to Chennai, suddenly there is a concern amongst, these fake news factories about the welfare and security of migrant laborers. I can assure you the Director General of Police, as he said, They've put out videos, they've taken out a number of measures, including setting up a dedicated helpline. If there is a true claim, they will look into it as they would for any other person living in Tamil Nadu. But these are nothing but malicious, distorted, concocted, fabricated, fake news factory propelled stories. So I hope that we can put them to rest. Like I said, there are two motivations. One, the problem that they have that the Tamil Nadu model is doing better. And secondly, that they see this political alignment between various entities against the Bharatiya Janata Party, especially, by the DMK and the RJD amongst them.
We'll get the BJP to respond in a moment, but Apsara Reddy, spokesperson of the AIA-DMK, do you believe that this is an effort to target Tamil Nadu for the growth that we see over there, that these fake videos are being done deliberately to spread fear and to cast aspersions on the success of the state economically?
See, first of all, I think we need to call out these fake videos and all this kind of panic mongering. Whoever it is, I think the DGP was very right in saying whatever case is registered will be thoroughly investigated. I'm with him on that. But I also feel the larger narrative of the state has been when the DMK is opposing Hindi. It's a very provocative campaign. Hindi teri aada poda, or some of their ministers and MPs making statements where they're stereotyping North Indians as being Pani Puri walas or Pan Parag walas or just construction workers or brainless people. These are all quotes from what the DMK leaders have said. So there's been a provocative narrative politically in the state. Tamilians, by and large, are not like that. They make people from anywhere in the world come there and flourish. I just feel when it comes to narrow political gains, the DMK itself has fueled a lot of venom against the North Indians. And you can look at any of the videos, backtrack any of the videos. Even Mr. Stalin recently said that if you take our jobs, we won't keep watching you quietly, which is also inciting some kind of hatred towards the Hindi.
No, but Apsara, what about the Tamil Nadu police booking the BJP state chief under sections of inciting violence and promoting enmity? The ADMK is close to the BJP.
I don't know about the proximity to the BJP. I'm here as an AIDMK spokesperson. I think BJP is quite equipped enough to speak for themselves and their leader. I genuinely feel the larger macro picture is that the narrative in the state has to go from hating Hindi to kind of unifying India and every language that comes to Chennai or Tamil Nadu.
Manuraj, would you like to respond to that? That on the one hand, we see fairly unfortunate efforts at sort of pushing Hindi, into Tamil Nadu, but then the argument that perhaps there's a backlash to that, and those who do speak Hindi are vulnerable in your state.
It's a bit amusing to hear that from the ADMK spokesperson, but let me answer that straight up. We have always, as both Dravidian parties, for the sake of the debate today, have opposed only imposition of Hindi. We have not opposed Hindi or Hindi speakers. It is the imposition. So I hope that's the party line that Apsara Reddy has also been asked to toe today. But nevertheless, I think it's again malicious to say that the DMK or any of its leaders have made any provocative speeches. We are, by and large, home to the largest migrant population anywhere in the country. In fact, this state provides more livelihood, more employment to women than any other part of the country or all other parts of the country put together. The question today is still about the fake videos. Who are sort of peddling these fake videos? Who must take responsibility? Now, you asked a very good question to the DJP, and like I said, he was guarded, but let me answer. Every person who is peddling these fake news videos, knowing that this is a disinformation piece, must be booked, and it is only the right thing to do because they are creating unnecessary panic. There's a sharp difference here. There's a nuance here. There is between free speech and hate speech, or free speech and speech that provokes, or speech that creates enmity between classes. And therefore, all of this comes under knowingly peddling fake news, misinformation across the people, only to create panic, only to sort of gain political mileage out of that. And I'm sure Apsara will join me in condemning that.
Let me,
I'm sure the ADMK
Manuraj, half a second. Let me get Apsara wanted to come in over there before I go across to the BJP. Apsara, quickly make your point. Yes.
I'm completely with Manu on most of the things that he's said today, but I just want to ask him, has the CM, Mr. Stalin, said that if you take our jobs, nor will the government, nor will the people of Tamil Nadu sit quietly? Is that a provocative statement or not?
It's absolutely another piece of fake news, fake video that is being propagated by the BJP. I hope you will go back and see what is being said. The Chief Minister, in fact, has done the most to reach out to people. Doesn't matter if you're from Bihar, Telangana, the Northeast, anywhere. You are welcome to live and work in Tamil Nadu as much as any other citizen of India or as much as any other person in Tamil Nadu itself. We are only, like I said, against this propelling of fake news and misinformation by BJP and right-wing outlets.
Okay, let me just go across to Kalyan Raman, the in charge of the intellectual cell of the Tamil Nadu BJP. Firstly, Kalyan, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Would you like to respond to that? The question I was asking you and then the line went was that the Tamil Nadu BJP state chief has been booked under sections of inciting violence and promoting enmity. How would you respond to that?
Let us look at the fact of the case. In 2021 propaganda videos of DMK itself, they have talked about the migrant laborers taking over the job opportunities in Tamil Nadu. And the current CM, Mr. Stalin himself, had spoken. Some of the videos I have sent it to your team as well today. So, having spread hatred not long ago, just about 1.5 to 2 years back, now if they are talking about they being a good Samaritan, that does not go well in the...
No, but these videos are fake. The videos happening now, on the basis of which people from Bihar have left Tamil Nadu, according to the police, on this program, the Director General of Police says that they are fake.
They are not fake. They were used exactly to create a small amount of vote share in favor of the DMK, trying
they
to
are not
convey
fake.
to the... They are not fake.
But then why is it that the Director General of Police says that one of the videos which purported to showing a man having been murdered is an old case where a suicide is being made into murder, number one, and number two, the second video which has been widely circulated is an incident which took place either in Bihar or Jharkhand. It had nothing to do with Tamil Nadu.
How is BJP responsible for somebody circulating some video in Bihar?
But shouldn't you be checking the videos that you circulate?
We have two videos. One is that of Mr. Stalin himself saying that the migrant laborers are planted by BJP in Tamil Nadu for taking over Tamil Nadu. It is a matter of fact that DGP is appointed by the CM himself.
But why doesn't the state BJP apologize for having shared videos, right, if that is what has been done, and say that he made a mistake?
He had only shared those videos which the CM himself had spoken. What is wrong in it? Why would anybody apologize for circulating something which is the real truth?
How is it the real truth if the incident has been described by the police both in Bihar and over here as being fake?
The state police is acting in knee-jerk reaction based on instruction from their bosses. It is very unfortunate.
Okay, I'll get a response to that in a moment, but I want to go across to Dr. Naval Kishore. Sir, I think the most important point over here is the well-being of people from anywhere in our country, and obviously in this case, the well-being of people from Bihar who have made Tamil Nadu their home and they work over there. Do you believe enough has been done to reassure these people that these are fake rumors and that they're not being targeted in Tamil Nadu?
I think yes, and that is the first and the only important thing, that any citizen from any state have right to live and earn and get employment anywhere in this country. That should not be disturbed at any point of time. But Vishnuji, look at the coincidence. The video which was circulated and the news that was circulated among people to create panic. One is state president, BJP president of Tamil Nadu. Another is BJP spokesperson from UP. And the BJP for Bihar, is circulating the same kind of material. So we can also look into a different way, that it is an organized attempt by BJP to create animosity between the states, particularly those states and those political parties who are standing against BJP. So it can also be looked from that point of view, that it is an organized attempt to destroy the relations which is based on the point that this country is in the hands of people, those who do not believe in constitution, those who are hell-bent to destroy opposition voice in any form, whether it is what matters. Whoever speaks truth, and if he is not from BJP, he has to be punished, and he has to be dealt with a different kind of thing. Look at the use of all agencies. They are doing the same thing. So it is the party which is trying to create animosity between the state is another thing which can be looked into this matter. So they were responsible for social conflict in past, from religious conflict in past. So all kind of they are architect of all kind of conflict.
Okay,
and based on creating
one sec, Dr. Nawal Kishore. Let Kalyan Raman respond. Mr. Raman, go ahead.
They are coming here. See, there are two knee-jerk reactions happened. One by the state police of Tamil Nadu. Second by the Bihar politicians having sent a team here and saying that everything is fine. Of course, everything is fine in Tamil Nadu. There is hardly any issue with the North Indians. It's a matter of fact. We appreciate the matter of fact that Tamil Nadu people have ensured a peaceful atmosphere for the North Indians. There is absolutely no doubt about it. We really love somebody coming into Tamil Nadu for earning their bread. It is fantastic that lakhs of people are here. All that is fine. But why would RJD send somebody all the way from Bihar in a knee-jerk reaction and then give a statement that things are all fine? There was hardly any time for them to feel okay with it. Within hours of landing in Tamil Nadu, they have simply stated that all is fine. They should have gone through the whole thing. They have interviewed a lot of people before uttering an opinion.
No, but aren't you...
They were the whole thing. Instead of blaming BJP, they should blame it for themselves.
No, but if they are convinced that things are okay, then what's the problem with it? Even the RJD over here is saying that no, things are okay.
Now, first let us agree to the fact that DMK had propagated against Northerners not only in 2000. It is also happening since 55-60 years. Let us see the historical chronological order. The historical fact is that DMK had always...
Just everybody half a second. Kalyanji, just one point I'm trying to understand over here. This is a topic on a fake video, many fake videos, which are being circulated on the basis of which common citizens of our country who happen to be from Bihar are feeling frightened and are leaving the places where they work and they're going to where they believe they will be safe. Or is this about the DMK's politics versus the BJP's politics on a national identity or a Hindi identity versus a regional identity? What is the issue over here? What are we talking about?
The issue is that they are trying to prepare for 2024 election. Let us get to the fact of the case. They are trying to prepare for 2024 election by sowing the seeds against Northerners, by circulating certain videos on their own, and then putting case against BJP people using some of the agencies, and then putting case against BJP chief as well as BJP people across the country.
Okay, let me get a response. Let me get a response to that. Manuraj Sundaram, very direct allegation over there. The DMK has done it. Respond.
I'm flabbergasted. First, he says that the chief minister and other DMK leaders have been speaking in 2021, and then he links it to something that happened apparently in 2023. Now, I hope the BJP will stop acting like a fringe group. Of course, they only have 3% vote in Tamil Nadu, but they are a national party, and they must do the noble, proper thing and distance themselves from such disinformation. Especially when when they have a chance to tell the people what they have done for the country, they must stop trying to benefit from social tension or communal chaos, which is one of their oldest tricks. And like I said, let me go back to my original 2 points, which is they are threatened by the economic success of the Tamil Nadu model. And of course, they are extremely nervous that there is a coalition building against the BJP. Of course, we are preparing for 2024. That I concede. with great humility, I concede that we are preparing for 2024, and hopefully we are preparing for a regime change, along with my friend from the RJD.
You have sown seeds of dissension, you have sown the seeds of hatred in 2021 election. Now you are talking about the same thing as though you have done a great thing. It is because of Tamil Nadu people and their standard mindset, things are peaceful, not because of the government. Of course, government is doing because you want to blame it.
BJP, Kalyanji.
Political mileage out of it.
All right, one sec. Dr. Naval Kishore, you have a point to make. Please,
Yeah.
my question is very basic. Has enough been done to reassure people that you go home for Holi, but please come back?
Yes, very much. And I want to respond to Mr. Kalyanji. He is saying that why Bihar government has sent a team of police. You ask him that why did BJP people in Bihar inside the assembly created such kind of chaos? And they met Nitish Kumar, and in response to them, we decided to send a team to Tamil Nadu in order to give a proper answer to these kind of questions, which is being done by them. So he must, I think he knows that the architect of social and religious conflict are BJP. And BJP is also hell-bent on creating tensions between those two partners.
Okay, look,
who are
I
working
think
against
let's end this debate. Let's end this debate now. I hope we don't have to revisit it, but perhaps it'll end up being that. But I think it's the security of people on the ground which is most important. And let's again never stop to reflect on the dangers of fake videos which do more damage in our country than perhaps most other places. We'll take a short break at this stage. Up after that, a very special program you don't want to miss. It's a source of great pride for us. Incredibly successful young women in the Indian Army. One joined me from the Siachen Glacier, one from Goma in Africa, in the Congo, one from Eastern Ladakh, one from Kashmir, an aviator, and one a doctor with the Para Special Forces. Those are among the most well-trained soldiers, not just in India, anywhere in the world. Listen in to what they say ahead of Women's Day. Hello and welcome to a very special program. As we approach Women's Day, an occasion to champion the cause of women in India, it's time to honor some of the bravest, the gutsiest and most capable women officers of the Indian Army. For years, it's been a struggle for women to rise in the armed forces. Despite what they sought, they were restricted to short service commission. But after landmark judgments in the Supreme Court, the road has been paved for women to rise to the highest ranks in the Army, the Air Force and the Navy. Substantive roles that require skill, leadership and courage. On this very special program, I'll be joined by 5 Indian Army officers from across the world. Captain Diksha is a Special Forces medic. She is joining us from Uttarakhand. Major Bhavna Syal is a signals officer in Eastern Ladakh. Captain Shiva Chauhan is an engineer, the first Indian woman officer deployed at a forward post in Siachen. She joins us from the Siachen Glacier. Major Abhilasha Barak is a combat aviator flying the Dhruv advanced light helicopter in Kashmir. And Major Ruchi is a commander of the female engagement team in Congo. That's where India has been fighting for peace in the Democratic Republic of Congo, one of the most war-struck areas anywhere in the world. Well, joining us now, Major Abhilasha Barak. She's a pilot who flies the advanced light helicopter Dhruv. She's a combat aviator based in Kashmir. Thanks very much, Major, for being with us. Did you always dream about being a pilot?
Thank you so much for having me. Oh, there was no doubt. I always thought, why walk when you can run, and why run when you can fly? From a very young age, I always was, intrigued about aviation and Indian Air Force and Army aviation. So it came naturally that I wanted to don the uniform, and of course, I wanted to be a part of Army aviation in specific.
It did come as a bit of a surprise, though, when you actually got that opportunity. Initially, you were with air traffic control, but you still harbored that dream, and then you got that opportunity, right?
It did not come as a surprise, because when I was training in Officers Training Academy in 2018, Indian Air Force allowed 3 women fighter pilots to get their wings. So I knew somewhere down that it will eventually happen for Navy and Indian Army as well. So after completing my training, I'm being posted to Nasik, Combat Army Aviation Training School. I used to see the helicopters, UAVs across the runway every day. So anytime wherever there was a conference with our track commander or any other, video conference or where our opinion was taken, I was always saying that women should be allowed as an aviator. Soon it fell onto the right ears, and I'm thankful to DG Army Aviation that soon in 2020, they started allowing women officers to join as an aviator. So I filled the application in 2020 and thereafter completed the training in the next year.
Major Bhavna Syal, she's a signals officer of the Army. She joins us from Eastern Ladakh. Thanks very much, Major, for being with us. Major, it gets incredibly cold over there, particularly in winter. How difficult is it as a signals officer to be operating your equipment at those temperatures?
So, sir, I'm currently posted in East Ladakh, where the temperature is quite severe. The terrain is quite harsh. However, with proper acclimatization, proper physical fitness of the troops, and ensuring we foresee the administrative requirements, and we make arrangements for that during fair weather conditions. We are able to tackle nearly all the challenges which we face here.
And Major, signals is of course a lifeline for the Indian Army. Communication is so important, particularly in the context of modern warfare. What exactly is your role as a signals officer?
As a signal officer, my role is to provide operationally strategic communication to the forwardmost troop in the vicinity of LAC.
And that's so important because it ensures, it enables, operations of so many soldiers across the LAC, right?
Yes, because Corps of Signals is also known as the backbone of Indian Army.
And Major, you were telling me that you're what, 3rd generation Indian Army. So you always knew that you had to be in uniform, right?
Yes, sir. So my father he's a retired RT officer. Both my grandparents were also in the army. So ever since I was a kid, I used to look at my father's olive green uniform and the brass on his shoulder. And I knew exactly at that time that I have to join the armed forces. And personally, I could not think of any better career that lets you serve the nation with so much of pride and honor.
Another very special guest, Captain Shiva Chauhan, is an engineer. She is deployed at the Kumar post at an altitude of more than 15,000 feet in the Siachen Glacier. She joins us now from Siachen. Firstly, it's amazing to see that, we've actually got a link up between you way up where you are and me here in my studio. Just a few years back, that wouldn't have been possible. But, it just shows that the technology has improved a great deal. For the benefit of our viewers, Captain, what are the conditions, right, that you sometimes face where you are deployed?
The challenges which we faced here was mostly the cold climatic conditions, sir. The sub-zero temperatures, the ocean mast, moraines, the mountain heights, sir, the isolation at glacier, sir. And to be mentally tough here, sir.
And what are the temperatures like in winter, again, for the benefit of our viewers?
Sir, the minimum which I have known, sir, it is -5. It goes till -60 also, sir.
And the physical strength and stamina and determination that is required to train here or work over here is something else. Could you tell us about your preparation to be able to be deployed where you are?
So we all have been given adequate training in our pre-commissioning academies and pre-course training, sir, by various training institutions. Sir, we have been trained adequately in our pre-commissioning academies and pre-course training by various training institutions, where the employers to effectively get deployed in all these sorts of
operational roles and difficult terrain, sir. So moreover, after the commissioning, sir, it was the support of my Fire and Fury Corps, my Siachen Brigade, and the faith and the support of my Surasu Engineer Regiment.
Captain Diksha, who joins us, she's a Special Forces officer, she's a medical officer, and she works with some of the most skilled soldiers, not just in India, but anywhere in the world. Captain, you are a medical officer, you are part of combat teams if required. What is this essential role that you perform?
I am a medical officer, a combat medic. So along with the duties of a medical officer, I am also assigned the administrative duties and training activities by my commanding officer. So coming to the medical part, I will be taking care of our men, our whole team, and I will be going on a medical cover to the exercises. I will take care of the health and hygiene of our unit. And recently, I also took part in a combat free fall. In situations, in operational situations, sometimes when you are unable to evacuate a casualty from the operational site, you will need to send a doctor to that area. So I was instrumental in that.
Major Ruchi, she's the commander of the female engagement team in the Democratic Republic of Congo. For several years, India has had a very active presence in the Congo. She's wearing a blue beret because she's maintaining the peace over there under the United Nations. Thanks very much, Major, for joining us. You are the commander of the female engagement team in Congo. What is your role there?
Thank you, firstly, I would like to thank you for giving me this opportunity to express myself. Here I am posted as the officer commanding of the female engagement team, which is a very significant role. I am employed here along with an infantry battalion, and my functioning is in a more I would say, a supportive role with them. And if you ask in particular my role is definitely engaging with the local population, in particular when we talk about the women and children. I'm supposed to engage with them, I'm supposed to gather information from them, I'm supposed to instill the faith, gain their confidence in the peacekeeping mission, and MONUSCO in particular when we talk about, I'm supposed to know about their problems, I'm supposed to know about the challenges that they are facing, any threat which is any threat that they're facing, and like in my capability, like whatever I can do to assist them, I try doing that.
And Major, there's a family history of yours in the army, right?
Yes, my father is a retired colonel. He was an infantarian, and my brother is in Corps of Signals.
So you've got the army quite covered, infantry, aviation, and signals as well. So that's quite interesting. So that really sort of the armed forces really run in your family's blood. But tell us a little bit about the Dhruv helicopter. The Dhruv has been updated and upgraded over a period of time. It has a fantastic cockpit and it performs a huge role in Kashmir where you're deployed.
It is one state-of-art, indigenous equipment. And in the area of counterinsurgency and counter-terrorism operations, where, we get a call of duty, a call for casualty evacuation or medical evacuation, you have to insert para-SF troops at any given moment of the day because there might be an avalanche, people may be stuck somewhere. You have to provide humanitarian assistance to civil population. And Dhruv, being a utility helicopter, does its job exceptionally.
Could you tell us a little bit about what your unit means to you?
My unit is my family. If I'm away, in fact, when I'm at home, there are sometimes that I feel, they say homesick, I feel unit sick because I miss my family a lot. I miss my troops, and it's like a family when we are in a unit.
And Major, could you tell us a little bit more about the extreme weather conditions that you operate in? Because we've got people from across the country watching, and sometimes they just don't understand how difficult it is to be operating in the places that you are.
So there are 3 stages here. I am presently at 11,500 feet. Then comes the second stage, which is at 14,500 feet. And then the third stage is above 14,500 feet. So we are taught everything from terrain to weather during our training time. How to operate in these severe conditions, we are taught that during our training time. And we have SOPs, that is standard operating procedures given to us. They're like basic guidelines. We just have to follow that, and we really don't feel those challenges which other people generally may be thinking because of the harsh weather conditions. They may be thinking that it is cold and how do these people survive. There is nothing unique or about the location or appointment which our SOPs don't cover.
Can you tell us a little bit about the team spirit that keeps you going?
Sir, before getting inducted to this terrain, sir, the team spirit, like I have been trained by the Siachen Battle School, sir. The male counterparts, they were very welcoming and supportive towards me, sir. They were having a good team spirit. I never felt that I would be left out while training amongst 150 other male genders with me. So it was really good, sir, on behalf of them to support me and give the positive attitude towards me.
What is the function that you perform in the Siachen Glacier, broadly speaking?
Sir, I am an engineer officer, sir. So I am here moreover for all the engineering roles and tasks.
Captain, you have to deal with incredible pressure. If you are called upon to help injured soldiers under fire, you have to get in there. You carry not just your medical equipment, you carry your Tavor automatic rifle as well. So not only do you save lives, you also have to be ready to fight, right?
Yes, we have been trained for all these. So during our probation, we'll have to undergo 40-kilometer run with 18 kg backpack, 50 meters swimming, slithering, BPT, PPT, battle obstacle course. So we have been physically trained and also will be undergoing a stress test. So we'll be mentally tested, professional capabilities, and then only we are selected. So there is no gender biases. There are some standards, and whoever crosses those standards, they will be selected.
And Major, did you always want to be an officer in the Indian Army?
Yes, definitely. I always desired to serve the country. It could have been in various ways. I'm not just saying, but yes, my inclination was towards uniform services. And predominantly, so far, olive green is concerned, I was more influenced by my father and many of my school alumni who are still members of this organization, or they are veterans, and definitely a few of them are martyrs also. So they have greatly influenced. And the biggest influencer, I would say, is my father, and he had overpowered all his limitations to allow me to lead a life which is so full of pride and respect. And we shared this dream collectively, and I'm really happy that I'm here today.
Could you, Major, tell us a little bit about one or two operations of yours on the Dhruv, which were really hair-raising, frightening, difficult, challenging? Could you tell us one or two of them, examples?
Every day is a new challenge. We are serving in the valley. There are sectors like Uri, Niru Gurez, Machal, Nogam, which are all at line of control. So we fly there and we can see the enemy post every day, and we are evacuating people from those forward areas. It is an exception in itself. Hill flying is completely different from flying in planes. So it is wonderful experience each and every day.
Could you tell us the challenges of hill flying?
The power margin is very less as you gain the altitude. I may get into technical terms. So combustion requires fuel-air mixture.
Right.
So the air gets rarer and the engine capability reduces. So the load which you can carry and the way you have to make an approach, you have to come very shallow. And if you come shallow and there are hills all around. So these are the difficulties in flying.
One of the best parts of the design of the Dhruv is that it is designed from the onset to be able to fly at very high altitudes. So that works in Indian conditions quite well.
Absolutely. It is operating in Leh. It is operating in the glacier. It can go up to 6.5 kilometers of altitude. It is a wonderful machine.
Your missions are often life and death for people on the ground, whether it's casualty evacuation or inserting troops or any number of humanitarian assistance. That speed, accuracy, precision, courage, operating sometimes under difficult weather conditions is the difference between life and death. Do you actually have time to think about this?
See, we have to be battle ready 24/7. There is no time. Whenever you get a call, you have to be airborne within 5 minutes. So you have to be prepared already. There's no time for preparation, which will be given to you. You need to remember the whole valley, each and every sectors, every river at the back of your mind. So you have to prepare beforehand. There's no time in the cockpit or thinking and doing. You have to be ahead of the aircraft. You have to be ahead of the mission.
How challenging does it sometimes get to become to work as an engineer in the Siachen Glacier, given the extreme conditions?
Sir, being the engineer officer or the engineer troop, sir, we have to move from places to places for all the engineering tasks which are required in this location, sir. And facing those high speed winds and severe climatic conditions, sir. So regarding its preparation, sir, we make sure that after coming back for our accommodation, to our tent, to do proper hand and parade to keep our hands and it's healthy, sir. And drink lots and lots of water so that we might not be dehydrated.
What is your message, Captain, for young women who are thinking about joining the Indian Army?
Sir, the women are getting equal opportunity nowadays, equal to the male counterparts, I would say. They are also deployed in all the terrains where male counterparts are. For the women who are aspiring to join the army, sir, they should make up with their mind and understand that what are the needs to be in the army, sir. Because the requirements of army is something different, sir. They have to be both physically and mentally robust, which is not in case as the jobs in civil, sir. It is the way of life which they have to accept it. And they will get totally different environment where they have to move from one place to another because that is what the job demands, sir. That is what our nature of job is. So they have to be mentally tough to be prepared for such situations.
One final question. Would you have done anything else apart from being in the army? Or was it army 100% for you?
Sir. Sir, it was army 100% for me, sir.
All right, Captain. How is everything based on operating as a team, as a family, where, everyone's life is in the hands of your buddy or members of your team?
Yes. Indian Army is all about teamwork. Here we can't be selfish. We have to be selfless. We have to take care of the other person and the other person has to take care of me. And if one person is injured, then my team will somehow be injured. It is all interlinked. And we have to work in buddy pair. We have to be disciplined and we have to be work as a team.
All right. And Captain, your family must be incredibly proud of you.
This unit is more than my family.
Okay.
This unit has become more than my family.
Well, that's absolutely incredible. The unit has become more than your family. Well, with the new rules now, there are many more opportunities for women in the army to rise up the ranks, new opportunities, new leadership roles. What does that feel like for you?
It's again, it shows that Army is also becoming progressive, just like other organizations. And definitely as a women officer, though it is a very big thing to say that yes, we have been given these opportunities and all the male bastions, they have been broken to give us some way and to prove our mettle. But then with this comes our own set of challenges that we need to meet. And definitely we are adequately trained and we need to be furthermore physically and mentally robust to meet the standards that the organization has set. And we should not be expecting the organization to compromise for us. just the physical standards are concerned, yes, definitely I agree to it. We have a biological difference, and there are already set standards in place which have been there at the time of our training days, and we will be fulfilling those standards. No way those standards can be mellowed down, and I'm sure that the new opportunities that we are gaining, the young ones, the younger generation, likewise the girls, the pioneer batches which have joined NDA. So I'm sure it is a golden opportunity for them to pursue their career in armed forces, and there are many more passionate girls who are awaiting this as to join this force as you can say to choose it as their career. So it is a good opportunity for them. And unlike earlier when it was just a short service commission, now with many more opportunities like permanent commission, a commanding role, and definitely an entry into various other arms and services. So definitely the role has expanded, and I'm sure it will be expanding further. We just need to have some patience, and it's a good profession, and anybody joining it has to be really mentally and physically robust to join. It is not that easy as we think that, okay, yes, definitely the charm of the uniform is there, but then it has its own challenges, and we should be tough enough to face everything.
What is your message to young girls out there who think about wanting a career in the Army, Air Force, Navy? What is your message to them?
I don't have a message, I have a question for them. Do you have it in you? Because armed forces is not only about opportunities, it is also about challenges. So if you think you have it in you, then you take that plunge. And if I can do it, so can they.
All right. Well, Major, thank you so much for speaking to us. And it's great to have young officers like you in the Indian Army. And it's important that we think about the role that all of you play ahead of Women's Day. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.